you're making such a powerful point here, and I really want everyone to take it home as they're listening. Like, you can only learn on your own timeline. You can't learn on anyone else's. You can't look at someone else's pace and say, oh, I should have done it like that. And
why aren't they doing it like this?
Why aren't they doing it like that? And I think we just don't, it's really easy to look at someone else's life, whoever it may be, our friends, our family, people on the screen, and think we know how perfectly they should live. Yet we all know how hard it is to make one decision in our own life. Yes. And what I've learned from ever having any training and learning from my spirituality and non-judgment was just that everything you judge in someone else, you won't fully understand until you have to go through it yourself.
I know.
And as soon as you go through it yourself, you wake up and you go, I cannot believe I judged someone else for how they were navigating a divorce, a breakup, a marriage, whatever it may have been.
And trust me, I was that person.
All of us.
Yes. Yeah. When I was younger, you either read something and you have a comment about it, or one of your friends or family members. And yes, and then you live your life and you go through it and you're like, okay, I get it a little bit more. Yeah.
How did you learn to forgive yourself? Because I think that is sometimes harder. And if I could say this, just from the moments I've been fortunate enough to spend time with you and connect with you, and thankfully they've always been very deep. And so even though we haven't spent lots of time together, I feel when we have, it's always been deep time.
Yes.
It's always a meaningful conversation or an exchange. And as I'm sitting with you here today versus 6 years ago the first time, and every time I've seen you in between, I feel you've got more and more peaceful.
Thank you.
Just in your presence and who you are. You've always been wonderful and kind, but more and more peaceful in yourself. And what I see is someone who's become a master in forgiveness. Your superpower is your ability to forgive.
Thank you.
To forgive others, but even more importantly, yourself. And so I'm really intrigued about your self part, because forgiving other people is one thing, but letting yourself say, hey, I moved at the right time, I moved at the right pace, I don't need to hate on myself for not getting out of it sooner or not seeing it sooner. That requires so much inner forgiveness. Walk us through that.
Gosh, that's a deep one, Jay.
It is.
It is.
You're the one who's lived it.
I mean, oh my gosh. Well, I am not always kind to myself. And I think I am my biggest bully and critic and all of those things at times. And it is much easier for me to forgive others than myself. I will say that. Forgiving myself has really been more of the last 3 years of my adult life. But I was so great at giving other people grace, forgiveness, making it like, not excuses for them, but just like always coming to their defense, no matter how wrong they've done me, because I feel like it's not my place to judge them. And I don't know everything they're going through and that type of thing. And then one day I was like, but why don't I give myself the same energy that I'm giving so freely to other people? And a lot of it comes through my prayer and my relationship with God. And just know, like, I really had to also say to myself that this isn't about me. What these people have done, it's not just relationships in so many different levels. And there are times that you feel like, okay, what is it? Why do so many people take advantage or lie, cheat, steal, whatever it is? You can be angry, you can have your feelings, but sometimes you feel like, oh, it must be me because it's happened so many times. And that's also why I feel like boundaries are so important to set. And I never had boundaries before. And I think that was a big thing. But I think a lot of that is releasing it and just knowing that that's not your burden to carry.